Hi everyone, welcome. This is Gen 314 Tarot. I hope I find you all well. Thank you for returning, and hello if you are new. We're doing Scorpio today. Just a, general collective read for Scorpio. There's nothing really going on in your sign right now, Scorpio, but your ruler Pluto in sidereal astrology is now going through Capricorn, I believe. In tropical, it's going through Aquarius. So look to where your Capricorn is in your chart, and you'll see where these energies might be playing out in your the different houses of your life. Like, say, Capricorn is the ruler of like legacy, career, reputation. It's also like tasks, like lessons, and it's work ethic and dedication and things like that. So if you look in your chart, say Capricorn is in your 7th house, this might be playing out in your relationships. If it's in your 3rd house ruled by Gemini, this might be in your communication and fact finding. Now remember that Mercury is retrograde right now. If this is in your 5th house of leisure and children, it could be playing out in that area. So, I sat with this for a little while to contemplate these cards, and it feels like you are on the edge of wanting to make this really big change. Like, you want to leap to do something else for yourself, but you're kind of stuck in this loyalty for a structure that you've been very faithful to. It's been very good to you. There's teamwork here. You've got 3 of fossils from the Animal Wisdom deck. You've got Prairie Dog, which is cooperation. 3 of Pentacles energy. Collaboration, cooperation, diligence, cohesion, teamwork, efficiency. You know what I mean? It's like everybody's on the same page. On top of that, you had the oak tree from the Lenormand deck, and that is roots that are long and deep. They are healthy, patient, and enduring, okay? And then you got the 2 of Wands on top of that. So I feel like there is... So some in the collective, what I originally got from this grouping was that there was something that was deep and long and enduring. That oak tree energy was strong, it was reliable, it was grounded. It was there for a long time supporting you. And it was this 3 of Pentacles energy, this prairie dog, cohesion, community, cooperation, 3 or more people working together, because could be a family unit that had been together a long time. And I feel like some in the collective, this beginning, this foundation was so strong that it allowed you to really dream big. Okay, it let you had such strong foundations, and they were so reliable that you really were able to open up and think about the wider world and what you want from it. But then there came the time that you had to actually make the choice to go for this. And that's when I think things started to not go the way you thought they were going to. So the next card you dropped, you showed up twice in your own reading. You've got Death here with the Death's Head Moth. Okay, I don't know if you can see that. Death's Head Moth. And this is, of course, endings, transformation, rebirth, letting go, navigate with intuition. This is a conclusion and a release. Now, the thing is with death that I really want to remind everybody is that, just like the Tower, death is not a punishment. That is a liberation. So in order for you to go on and do something had to end, okay? And you're feeling very almost ungrateful because you had to end it, because we've got dog energy here with the Lenormand. This is faithfulness. dependable, loyal, dependable, supportive, faithful friend and companion, a reliable guide, an affectionate protector, and a capable ally. So this could be you and how you grew up or how you feel about yourself, but this is like the dog came out right on top of the moth, and it's like looking at this transformation, like it can't stop it. He doesn't know what's gonna happen next. So this could be you looking at this transformation you had to go through. There's part of you that feels like you let some people down because you walked away from this strong foundation, but you really needed to go your own way. And then after that, you dropped the Eight of Wands, but it was sideways. So, reversed, it would be like a feeling of overwhelmed. Upright, it is the high ground and defending your victory, okay? Because it comes after the Six of Wands, which is victory. Then you've got seven, it's like somebody gave you an extra wand, so it's like, okay, you got your victory, now fight for it. And it's like, now I gotta fight to defend my position. That's where you're at right now. So, something had to end. Some in the collective might be, in this energy of like I had to be faithful to what I needed, what I wanted, who I am, things like that, and it had to end. And then you had to be on the defense about it. But coming in sideways, I feel like you're coming out of an overwhelming situation, you're regaining a little bit of your strength, but it's like the fight continues. Okay? The next set of cards you got was the Five of Fossils from the Animal Wisdom deck, which is Donkey. That's the Five of Pentacles. There was Burden here, struggle, troubles, sacrifice, want, sadness, hardship, deprivation, but help is near. The thing about the Five of Pentacles, and especially with Donkey, is that perk up your ears and be alert because there is help around you. In this instance, it's giving me the feeling that the burdens are coming to an end. Like you're getting to the end of the journey. Donkey, he's a beast of burden, so he carries that burden with him. But it feels like when we get to this point, it's almost over. Okay, so they want you to keep an eye out for things that can help. Now, on top of that, you got the boat card from the Lenormand, and this is journey and travel and adventure. So it's like, I really do like this. You're coming into your own energy. You're coming into your own power. You really had to leave something behind. They're showing me like every 80s music video, especially like that Pat Benatar one where she went off and she wanted to like be her own woman, but she ended up just, being a whore. But that was part of the journey, right? And she lived her life the way she saw fit, even if it meant leaving behind that stable family that quote unquote gave her all the opportunity, all the stability, all the grounded cooperation, a healthy home, blah, blah, blah. But it came with a lot of baggage, okay? It came with a lot of, sometimes that structure becomes a burden, right? Because it comes with obligations that we didn't sign on for. So with Donkey here, you're at the end of something that was burdensome, and then you've got the boat. It's like, don't miss the boat. Get on the boat. Whatever, there's something new coming in. There's an adventure here. There's movement. It's not an adventure or travel, Scorpio. It's something new. It's something, I heard, like bringing in new fresh air into your life. There's new people here. There's a broad horizon. There's safe passage. That seems to stick out to me. Safe passage. Because Donkey is a beast of burden. He does travel for the long haul. And he's carrying these Five Pentacles with him. But there's safe passage here. Mastering of emotions. Okay? You got this with the Page of Swords in reverse. Now, the Page of Swords came out twice in this spread, and so did Death. And we'll get to that in a minute. So, Page of Swords, of course, upright is a dynamic mind. It's like new ideas. Everything is snapping and crackling in there. Gemini energy. This is new kind of cooperation with somebody. It's connecting with other people to bounce ideas off of and learn from and experience from and get information and get I heard direction from. Okay. Page of Air, Page of Swords is quick and analytical, logical, decisive. He can be secretive, but this is reversed. So there could be like judgmental energy here. There also could be delayed or disappointing news, and that leads to this feeling of lack and burden. But I like the boat energy because it means there's movement here. There's some kind of activity. It's dynamic, it's deep, it's life-changing. Then the next grouping you have is Page of Swords from the Animal Wisdom deck. In this case, it's Parrot. I love the Parrot because this is a really interesting message for the Page of Swords. And Parrot energy advises us against telling people what we think they want to hear. Okay, see the feather that's above his crown chakra? That means that he has to communicate his own mind. Okay, this card says they're intelligent. The page is intelligent, sociable, engaging, observant, analytical, and sharp. Okay, this is the page upright. However, the thing with parrots is that even the word to parrot means to just mimic back something that somebody else has taught you. Okay? And the key for parrot in this Page of Swords energy is mimicry is not communication. You must speak your heart with your own words. Okay? On top of that, you've got the Seven of Swords, or you got the fish and the Seven of Swords. So now with the fish in the Lenormand deck, it's simple. Its simplistic explanation is just renewable abundance, success, flow, gain, and reward. All wonderful things. Finally, your reward is coming in. Okay, a lot of water energy on top of this. Well, you are water. Excuse me, but there's one thing with salmon that I want to mention, and salmon gives me the energy of returning to something. It's returning to the grounds where you were birthed, basically. That's what they had been showing me a few weeks ago when they were, we were getting salmon a lot from the Animal Wisdom deck, which was 9 of Cups, actually. And that's them returning from the ocean, going back up the rivers. They haul ass up the most unwelcoming terrain. They go up rivers, they go across freeways. If the water flows that way, nothing can stop a salmon from getting back to its spawning grounds. Okay? Now, you would think that this is something like going back to something that you knew in this life, but to me, if you look at the life cycle of a salmon, right? They spawn in these waters, in these rivers and lakes way up north, right? And then they make the long journey to the ocean, and they live for however long in the ocean. They get big and they get into adulthood, and then they come back upstream so that they can spawn in those same waters that they were birthed in. But that's the only one cycle that they do that. They don't repeatedly do that. Every year when a salmon comes back to spawn, that's it, they die. They don't return. Well, do they return to the ocean? I don't think they do. I think they expel so much energy coming back from the ocean, going back up the rivers, jumping up waterfalls, going up against the flow of, whitewater rapids. They gotta they gotta dodge predators, and they don't eat the whole time. It's they expel everything they have in order to get back to where they were born, just so they can spawn and die. So how do they know to get back to where they were? In this energy, Salmon tells me that this is something from another life that you're remembering to go back to, right? We also have the two wands here. This is a crossroads card. In another deck, he's not on like he's not on the porch looking out over the, possibilities. In this other deck that I have, he's on a path, and he comes to a fork in the path. And above him are geese. And geese always signify coming back to migration grounds. They fly north for summer, they come south for winter, right? And they always come back to the same grounds. Come back home. So this feels like an energy of, it's almost a complete circle, right? It's like, I want to break free. And then the death comes where that cycle ends. There's a little bit of lamenting here, a little bit of, did I do the right thing? A little bit of, I'm defending being faithful to myself, to the changes that I have to go through. But then after that, it's really a burdensome journey. And it's like, maybe you didn't know that, but something inside you knew that it would be really hard if you left behind the structure that you came from, right? But there's something that's guiding you to something else that your heart remembers from another life, another cycle, another time. It could be something in this life. I don't have the Six of Cups. I don't have any cups here. I don't have anything saying this is love. I have a lot of wands and a lot of swords. Okay? And I have death twice, but not like any other water energy. Well, if you count in the Lenormand deck, a lot of these cards are water adjacent, because you got the boat here that's gliding on top of the water. You got the salmon that's living in it and jumping through it. And then you've got the dog energy here that's on a shoreline waiting for a boat, maybe. And here's the boat that's down here. I really like working with that Lenormand deck because so many of the pictures can actually form a scene, So, like I said, there's this, if we do that, like with the Lenormand, we can do the oak tree, which is grounded, reliable, steady, and enduring. And then, you've got this boat here, wants to go somewhere else. You've got the dog waiting for the boat to come in. And you've got the salmon coming home. This feels like something returning to something after a long time. Now, along with the Page of Swords parrot, which is, remember, it's mimicry is not communication. You can't just parrot back to people what they told you. You can't just tell people what you think they want to hear, because that does not do you any justice. That does not get your needs met. That does not get your words heard. That does not get you acknowledged. It's dismissive, not only to the other person, but to you. Next to that, you've got the Seven of Swords upright. Seven of Swords is kind of a difficult energy. A lot of people just like to interpret it as a thief. Somebody's stealing from you. Somebody's stealing on the down low. But I tend to interpret it as this is you. And you are... This to me is a card of self-preservation, okay? Because if you look, I always thought that this in the background was a circus where he's running from, because there's tents and they're all very colorful. So to me, this was a circus. Somebody's running from this, not my fucking circus, not my fucking monkeys. I'm taking everything that I can carry and I'm getting the fuck out of here. The thing with the swords is, this is all mental energy. So what are you taking with you? The key to the swords is we have to decide which of those mental baggage, which of those swords is the truth. Okay? Because some of them are not. And that's an illusion. You have to really look at what swords you have to leave behind. And in this card, this person has dropped the Two of Swords. They're stuck in the ground. And the Two of Swords is indecision. So he's dropped indecision and he's making off with Five Swords. Unfortunately, that's the Five Swords of contention and winning, but there's a cost here. You're paying for something. You're paying for getting away. All right. So then I asked the fairies to clarify. And again, we've got movement here. We've got the journeyman. This is somebody who wants to move to something new. Okay, Scorpio, you're almost like, I like to describe you as an emotional Sagittarius. Sagittarius needs to keep it rocking, keep it moving, keep it different. There's no moss on this rolling stone. They're wanderers, they want to learn, and everything they experience changes them in some way. Scorpio, you're just like that with transformation, right? Sometimes I feel like you don't go looking for it, but you always know that it's necessary. So I asked the fairies, you got the journeyman, death again, and the singer of courage. You just have to be brave and know that you are on your path, okay? Journeyman here is untested concepts but willing to learn, independence, travel, skills, implementing what you learn. See, I feel like you really want to put, it's not that you want to test where you came from, it's that you're confident that the foundations you grew up with, the foundations you were given, you're confident that those are all you need to lead you to success. You paid attention, they were reliable, it was good information, you dedicated yourself to this. I mean, you really, really are ready for this, okay? So you want to take that leap. This is like the Fool energy where he's got the idea and the idea's taken its own form and now it wants to like jump out of his head, right? So this is like the new travel and independence. You want to be independent, you want to move, you want to go. You've got a boat here, you've got salmon, that's like your reward is coming in, success and flow. And then you got death here from the fairy deck also, okay? This is let the old go. This is a natural ending. It's irrevocable. It's change inner and outer. I always hear let death do its job. Okay, that's hard to hear. It's hard to process. But you have to let death do its job. And that's to cut away things that are dead, right? If you leave things that are decaying in your life, it will eventually poison things around you that are healthy. So you've got death twice here. You've got to let some cycle go, okay? The time has closed on it twice now. And then you've got the singer of courage. I love this. This is so encouraging to you. It's the transmutation of fear. And isn't that exactly what you are, but a transmogrifier? You transform energy from one form to another. Pluto energy, your ruler, is a different aspect of death than Saturn is, okay? Saturn energy is the Grim Reaper, okay? That could be this energy here. He's coming in the shroud, but he doesn't have a scythe, okay? Doesn't have a scythe. This is the energy of death shrouded. And you've got moth, the death's head moth here, but again doesn't have the scythe. So your ruler Pluto is a different energy of death than Saturn is as the Grim Reaper. Saturn as the Grim Reaper cuts away what is dead and takes the energy away from you, okay? But Pluto, your energy, is Hades, and that is where the dead go. So there's two aspects of death here. There's the cutting away, the release of what is already spent, and the place where that goes. If you want to look at mythology about the human soul, and it goes to like in Egyptian mythology. When somebody dies, their heart is weighed against the feather of truth, and if it is found worthy, you can go on into the duat, and the duat is the underworld proper. And what happens in the duat is that you review your life. You review the lessons you were supposed to learn. You get to see how you behaved. You get to see how your conduct affected others. It's a full review, okay? And then at the end of that is the judgment. And the judgment is, do you want to revisit this? Or do you want to let it go? Do you want to send it to God? Or do you want to reincarnate this again? Do you want to revise it? Do you want to resurrect it? Do you want to work with it again? Did you learn all your lessons? That's the point where in Hades is where it's decided, if you do come back, what baggage are you bringing back with you? Think of graduating, right? You take your exit tests, and while you really did great in English, so in the next grade, you don't have to take English anymore. But holy shit, did you flunk math? So while you go on to the next grade and you're so advanced in English that you can process at a university level, you don't even have to take English classes anymore. You're stuck in remedial math 101 with the potheads and, the kids who didn't pay attention for 14 years. That's what, that it's an interesting way to describe it, but that's what happens in the underworld, okay? And that's your energy, the transformer. You have to purify, you have to purge, and you have to make sure that the soul is brand new before it comes back into another cycle. That's your energy in the death, okay? Saturn death is different. Saturn reaps what you have sown. He's a higher expression of karma. Okay? So here in the Singer of Courage, you've got the transmutation of fear. So I feel like, I don't even feel like you were afraid. I feel like people were trying to make you afraid. Like it just feels like whatever this was that you had in your foundation, it was so solid that some people around you may have tried to tell you that that's the only way it's going to work. And you're like, I've got to try my own way. And you were almost warned against it, like it's not going to work, and you had enough faith in yourself and faith in where you came from and the moral fortitude to just jump up that waterfall and go to where your heart was telling you belonged, Singer of Courage, transmutation of fear, bravery, self-discipline, moral strength, and breaking old beliefs, break limiting beliefs. Isn't that gorgeous? I love that for you. It feels like this was a very tough cycle, but boy, did you come through. And you didn't come through unscathed. You're kind of putting out flames on your clothes. It's like, whoo, I just got through that. But you're invigorated. You're proud. You're like, I knew I could do it. I knew that would come in handy. I knew what I was talking about. I knew I had it in me. I knew all those haters were gonna, eat my dust. I almost said, something else because Scorpio, you've got, naughty mouths. But it's like, yeah, it's like you come out of the other side and you're like, fuck yeah. Yeah, like gorilla pounding your chest. And it's not because you wanted to, it's not like you were going through it going, I'm going to show them. I'm going to show they can fuck off. It's more like, I'm going to show me because I know that they're haters and I know whatever they were talking to me, it got shit to do with me. It's like you didn't even care. You knew you had it in you, right? The only times you faltered here was you had the Page of Swords reversed and then the parrot saying, This I feel like, okay, with the parrot right here, I feel like this was just picking your battles. Like, you have it in you to be a fighter. I've known Scorpios, okay? You have it in you to be a fighter. But with this Page of Swords here with Parrot going, mimicry is not communication. To me, it was like, you know what, I'm just going to tell some people what they want to hear. It's like you're holding up a mirror so that whatever they you know, in magic, when you hold up a mirror, whatever somebody throws, whatever kind of magic vibes, intent, energy, whatever they throw at you, it boing flip, it bounces off, you know, I'm rubber, you're glue kind of thing. So it's almost like you were telling people what they wanted to hear, because it was like deflection. It was like, I don't even want to bother with this person because I'm not going to change their minds. They don't care about what I have to say anyways. Why am I going to argue with them? So it's like you were like, you are absolutely right, and I will definitely watch out for that. Thank you so much for giving me a heads up. It's like, thank you so much for telling me I ain't shit, because now I'm going to watch out for that, you know? And you just walked away. I love that. So then let's see. I hope this is resonating. I hope the messages are reaching you for your highest good. If you are vibing with my content, please leave a like, please leave a comment, share, subscribe. It helps the algorithm get my content seen. In the description, you'll find my email. I am now open to doing personal readings. Email me. Let's connect. I can do a video chat, probably over like Facebook Messenger, like face-to-face video chat, a reading like this. I can do it by email. I mean, not everybody wants to be seen. That I'm totally vibe with that too. Sometimes I don't want to be seen either. That's why I only show my hands. Or we can do a video just like this, where I record it in this kind of setting, and I can post it to YouTube as a private link. Nobody else will see it until I send you the link. And then I can also do birth chart inquiries. I'm not going to do full reports. Those reports can go 50 pages. Okay, I don't have the time to do that, and you definitely don't have the money. So, well, I mean, maybe you do, but I don't have the time to do 50-page reports. I can do birth chart inquiries where you can send me a question or two, and I will look into your chart and do a tarot reading for you. I'm first discipline is astrology, so I'm pretty damn good at that. Um, any of those choices, $40. And then in my description, you will also find my Venmo and my Cash App. You can pay through there, drop me an email, or leave a comment. Hey, I Venmo'd you, or something like that. Check your email. Definitely, let's connect. I love to form that kind of relationship. I am in my tropical astrology, I'm quadruple Libra. So I really do love connecting one-on-one with other people. So yeah, if you get one good message, just one, even if one sentence that I said made you like, oh my God, that's for me, drop me $1. $1 for one message. You know what I mean? If this was life changing, you're like, holy shit, this is the best reading I've ever heard. Buy me a coffee, drop me $5, whatever. I'm trying to do this as a career, so every little bit will help me keep the lights on. And I really appreciate all feedback you guys might send me. Thank you so much. Let's continue. We've got the Ancestor Wisdom deck here. So you drop the Hermit, and it is retreat and recharge. You know, you have been, if we're going by this, oh, I forgot to say, if you want to see what the cards look like from above, I will post those. I post those every time on my Instagram. I don't know why I haven't, I keep forgetting to say that. But whenever a video gets posted to YouTube, I post the cards from above. I post them on my Instagram. You can actually follow along with me. You can see how it lays out. You can see how they interact with each other. You can see how I read the symbolism, you know, going through the whole spread. Absolutely. Go over to my, it's the same Gem314 Tarot on Instagram. So the first ancestor message you got was the Hermit. That's Virgo energy. Let's retreat and recharge. It says take time to rest and recuperate in order to continue your growth. Okay? It says benefit from the information that will come directly from your heart space. It says you've been working hard and giving your all to your current situation, and it may become draining and detrimental to your development unless you retreat and recharge your energies. You're being guided to take a step back at this time. If you're working or bringing something together, your over involvement might impede the process. So retreat and breathe. I heard let it flow. I heard like you already made all the moves. You already set everything in motion. You're on your path. They're showing me somebody who's hiking, and it's like, dude, take a break. Sit down and have some lunch, because there may be something up ahead you don't even know about, you don't even see, that needs time to be taken out of your path. Like, say you're on a hike and you're like, maybe I should stop and have lunch. And you stop and have lunch, and then you continue in about an hour, and you realize that up the path there was like a cougar attack, and not in the fun kinky way, not a fun kinky cougar up there. It was, a death a death cat, and it was on the rampage. And had you been there an hour ago, you would have gotten torn to pieces. Sometimes a setback is a blessing. And I know, I hear you. I know it gets tedious, but think of it that way. It's like you took a break, take a break, rest, relax. You're on your way, you're on the right path, but there may be something in the road up ahead that you need to avoid, and Spirit doesn't have any other way to tell you except to make you hungry. But I digress. Step back at this time. Yeah, if you're working on something, your involvement could impede the process because there's too much energy, there's too many fingers in the pot, okay? There's too many fingers in that pot. Take your fingers out, sit down, take a break. If you have something to say or do that could have a larger impact on your life, spend some time in deep thought, even contemplation, before moving forward. Often when we rush in, we don't see how destructive our actions can be. So, meditate and listen to your soul's wisdom before proceeding further. They were showing me Ferdinand, the bull. It's not just the one from the books, though. They're showing me the one from Bugs Bunny. The bull from Bugs Bunny. It's like they were saying, if you bust in there like a bull with your energy, you're gonna be a bull in the china shop. You got too much energy right now. Take a break. You also got here the seer. It says see beyond the current situation. So one is telling you to sit down and shut up, and one is telling you to see beyond the situation, okay? It says look beyond your current situation, raise your vibration, and focus on love. Clairvoyance isn't just about predicting the future. It's about being able to see clearly enough to create your best future. If you're being encouraged by your ancestral guides and angels to see beyond what you think is happening now, don't allow your ego or doubts to play games with you. Instead of seeing yourself as stuck or lost, know that you're on an energetic holding space. That's exactly how I was describing the underworld. Hades, the underworld, is a holding space for things that are dead. They have to be revisited, purged, corrected. You've got to mend your bridges. You've got to learn, review your lessons. This is a time of reflection and retreat and recalibration, I heard, okay? A holding space. Where am I? Energetic holding space while the universe recalibrates a path that is more favorable for you. What did I say about taking a break? Because there might have been an accident up ahead or something, right? Angels of light are upgrading your energy so your experiences can be more enjoyable. That sounds like something like Siri would say. You know, angels are upgrading your experience. Please be patient. You're moving towards something extremely uplifting and enlightening, so stay calm and keep your eyes on the prize. Okay? I feel though that a lot of this energy is asking you to trust within yourself. Okay, you've got the singer of courage here. You've got the journeyman, which is independence. You've got the seer. She's blindfolded, so she has to really use insight from within her higher self. So this is all kind of this. You've got the hermit here asking you to retreat. It's like meditate and get in touch with your heart space. This is kind of like a grounding. Maybe this salmon energy of coming back home to what you knew is coming back to yourself, okay? After this tough cycle. Again, with the parrot and the page of swords reversed, Mercury retrograde right now, so there may be some miscommunication, there may be some misunderstandings, there may be some cross wires. Like you could say something and then somebody absolutely does not understand what the hell you're saying, and it could cause some conflict. But you didn't mean anything negative. You just, there's just Mercury retrograde energy. But again, with this page of swords as the parrot, like I said, there's this energy of I'm choosing my battles. I'm not going to argue with you. You do you. I'm going to do me. Thanks for showing me who you are. That kind of thing. Okay? So we're going to continue and get some last minute oracles for Scorpio in this weird cycle. Oh, so good. Oh, look at tree again. Solid, as above, so below. Reconnect with the earth, reach up and down. That's so interesting that came out twice. See, let's see what you've got twice now. You've got the Page of Swords twice, Death twice, and the Tree twice. Wow. I need some more for Scorpio, please. Oh, where are you going? Remember, you are water. You are air. Okay, that's interesting because we've got a lot of water and then a lot of swords here. So that's a lot of air. Salt. I like that. Salt means there's protection around you. You are protected. This is the salt circle. It purifies negative energies away from you, and it stops things from coming towards you. It also gets rid of energy that's on you. You are protected, okay? And if you don't feel that you are, take a salt bath, okay? Put some good Himalayan pink salt in your bath, whatever. No. Some of these are just jokey. Oh, caterpillar, that's a good one. Metamorphosis is imminent. Make it weird. Even if you don't make it weird, it's just advice to make it you, make it creative. Don't go through this, that transmutation. Look, when a caterpillar, its body expands to become the cocoon that it stays in, right? So like that hard shell is you, and you are protecting what you're going through inside. And what happens inside is that the form that you're in completely dissolves into a goo, and then somehow DNA reworks everything and you come out a beautiful fucking butterfly, right? So what they're saying is, do not come back according to what other people want you to look like. You owe it to yourself, and you owe it to spirit, creation, the world, the universe, to come back looking what's the word? Individualistic, okay? Don't come through a metamorphosis just to come in cookie cutter looking like everybody else, okay? Don't come back from this journey the same. You gotta come back dynamic. You gotta come back expressive. You gotta come back with tattoos and purple hair and, a pinky ring. I don't know. Come back different. Come back exceptional. Come back, um, I want to say special, but it's expressive. It's creative. Come back as something they've never seen, and come back as something that they didn't know they wanted to see until they saw you. You know what I mean? I don't know why that had to be so important to say, but I feel like maybe some of you are just, you're at this crossroads, right? Where you don't know what you're gonna be. I don't know. 1 second, please. I hate when my music has ads because I don't want to have to stop. I don't want to have to stop the stream of consciousness in order to skip a political ad. You know what I mean? I know you don't. All right, whatever. Now we're in the mountains. Look at that. Let's get some more. Metamorphosis is imminent. Make it weird, all right? You're being given permission to be an individual. And I feel like this has to do with the expectations of this foundation that you came from. Remember the prairie dog, 3 of pentacles, the collaboration, the cooperation, the family unit. You've got oak tree here twice. So whatever this was reliable, but it was old. It was deep. Your roots came from deep. And they made you strong, but you don't have to stay there, okay? Yeah, you got the boat. Take a trip. Get away from that. It's like they're telling me everything that you came from is still in you, and that was the point. You don't have to anchor yourself to a place or to people or to dogma to prove that you are loyal to where you came from. Loyalty with the dog here. You just know you are because it's the foundation of where you began. It's part of your soul now. Whoever you are, wherever you are, whatever you do, you will carry that on with you. And if that's not good enough for them, then screw them. But you will take what you came from and you will go through this caterpillar metamorphosis and you're going to use it like, okay, they're showing me how in a caterpillar they start out like, okay, I don't know how to explain it, but you can sometimes tell what colors are going to be on the butterfly by what colors the caterpillar are, okay? And they're showing me that the colors that are in the caterpillar represent the things that you're bringing with you from your foundation. And then when you go through the metamorphosis and you come out changed, there still will be woven within you pieces of where you came from. So they can, it's like, I don't know who this is for. I really don't. But it's like somebody around you is afraid that you're going to leave behind the things that they taught you. And you're not, because it becomes part of who you are. So even no matter how you change in the future, you can look back and see how pieces of where you came from became the fabric of who you are now, basically. Okay? I think we can let that, I think that that message came through loud and clear. We can move on from that. Okay, see, self-reliance. Don't be afraid to fly solo. I love that. Okay. We got a couple more. I'm not going to take too many. I only wanted to do 6 because I wanted to keep down the spacing here. So we've got, remember, you are water. You're going to have to cleanse. Scorpio, I know you're very, very emotional. You're the fiery aspect of water, and that is purifying, if you think, you know what I mean? And that's exactly your sign. You're purifying, you're transformative. Everybody knows what it feels like to be on the other side of a really good, deep, like chest chest rattling crying session, and that's what you are. You are the freedom and the release and the healing after that emotional outburst. Okay, remember, you are water. Cry, feel, cleanse, flow, and let go. Okay, that's that transformation energy that is so Scorpio. Remember, you are air. You may have air in your chart, Scorpio. You may be sidereal Libra. You could have Gemini, Libra, Aquarius placements or anything. Remember, you are air. Breathe, focus, decide, observe, think, and then cut away anything that's false. Okay? And then self-reliance, don't be afraid to fly solo. That comes in next to the caterpillar. Metamorphosis is imminent. You've got the key here. Once closed doors may now be opened. You have the answers. See, that's what you're going to get with the Hermit card and the Seer. You're going to go within. You're going to really go through this inner death. You're going to come out braver than before. I really think that this is going to unlock like a level up, and you're going to have all the answers you need. The fun ones you got is hold up, pause, rest, consider, and chill out. I think that goes up here with the Hermit. Let me move this over. I know that's hard for us to hear. That's hard for you to hear, Scorpio, because you're very dynamic energy. You don't want to hold up. You don't want to pause. You don't want to retreat. But it's, you gotta. Okay. I'm going to keep that there. And then, sometimes it be like that. I love that energy. Okay, that's what I have for you, Scorpio. Thanks for sticking with me. This one took a little bit longer than I expected. I really did have to sit with it for a while. I don't know, maybe I had a headache or something. I just couldn't connect. But I really, really hope that I finally got it and I was finally able to deliver the messages that you needed to hear. Again, please take a moment to give me a like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, especially like and a comment, okay? Because that interaction, I love the feedback, and it gets the algorithm to help my content be seen. I am trying to do this as a career. So don't forget to look in my description box for my email. Connect with me. Let's do a personal reading. Or also, like I said, my Venmo and my Cash App are down there. Leave me a tip. I am grateful for any interaction. Thank you so much. Until I see you guys again, thanks for sticking with me. Okay, bye.